What is going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel. We are coming at you from the county of Argas. We're staying in this beautiful campground. You can see this little cabin behind me. That is our little cabin that we've been staying in the past couple nights. We're not going to show you the inside because it's a little messy with our suitcase opened up, but today we're going to be doing a beautiful road trip through the Transfagarasan road of Romania. It is actually a world famous road. It's so beautiful. We're going to be visiting a lake and doing a hike, and hopefully we have some fun and see some really cool things. Let's go. We have just pulled over on the side of the road just to take in some of these beautiful views. It looks like there's a lake down there, and Attila is right here. All I have to say is if you guys ever plan to do this drive, do it in the fall, because all of the fall colors are so pretty in the distance and it's just beautiful.
In order to get to the lake that we're going to, we are driving along the Transfagarasan highway. I think that's what it's called. It's basically like a mountain pass, and all of the roads are absolutely beautiful. It's a very curvy road, so it's a lot of fun to drive if you're into it. And this road and this area was actually really popularized by the TV show Top Gear, which is a car show.
God! That's the most amazing road I've ever seen.
Built in the 70s, this is the Transfagarasan Highway.
You were wrong! This is better than the Stelvio! This is the best road in the world!
They said it's one of the most beautiful roads to drive with a car, and I mean, I couldn't agree more. You guys will see a little bit later, we're gonna pull over a couple of more times, but if you look behind me over here, you can see the views with the lake that Zay had mentioned, along with the beautiful fall colors. And it is just a beautiful day right now. Also, it is pretty chilly. It's about 10 degrees Celsius. It is fall, like Zay had mentioned, and doesn't really matter. It's nice and cool. We have our sweaters on, and we're gonna keep driving right now, so let's go.
You guys, we pulled over again. Look at these views. Look at how pretty it is. It just keeps getting better and better. Look at the mountains over here. People are pulling over everywhere to take a look. All I have to say is we should have brought more warm clothes. I'm only wearing a sweater. I should have brought my jacket, because the higher we go up, the colder it's getting. It's only 6 degrees right now. But look at how beautiful this is. So worth it.
We are about 15 minutes away from the lake, and it's getting really hard not to pull over every 5 minutes because it is so gorgeous. You can see the views. It is extremely windy, and it's gotten down all the way to 4 degrees Celsius. But look at that, the clouds are moving so quickly over here. There are little like waterfalls and streams all over the place. You can see like 5 or 6 in the distance right here. Let me try zooming in so you guys can see, but you can see a couple in the distance. And it's very moody, that's for sure. It's not a clear day, but it is gorgeous. And yeah, just take all those views in, guys. So nice. The next shot should be at the lake, so let's go.
have made it up to the lake. We just parked our car, paid 10 lei to park for an hour. It looks like it's really foggy and windy out, but we're gonna go out there and try to see what we can see anyways. So let's go.
So as you can tell, visibility is definitely not too great, but up here, this is the top of the mountain and there are tons of shops, lots of souvenir shops, food and everything else. But the main attraction is obviously going to be the lake at the top of the mountain, which we may not be able to see very well right now because yeah, you can see the visibility is basically almost zero. You can only see a little bit in front of you and that's it. But you can see people are selling all kinds of meats, cheeses and souvenirs all over. There are these little shops. We're walking up towards the lake right now. But if we don't get to see it very well, I have been here before and I have pictures of this lake on a clear day, so we'll put those in because I'm guessing we're definitely not going to be able to see it. By the way guys, it is freezing outside. It's now 1 degree or 0 degrees and yeah, there's snow on the mountain as well. But yeah, everyone's just coming up right now and wanting to take a look at the lake. We definitely knew that it would be cold when we came up here, but we didn't know it would be this cold. And honestly, it's not that bad. It could be worse. Zay thinks it's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's freezing. It's 0 degrees.
Yeah, I'm not that cold. Zay seems to be a lot colder than I am. But yeah, I mean, if you're coming here in the fall or even in the summertime, it's gonna get cooler obviously as you come up in the mountains, so bring warm clothes. But yeah.
So we made it to the lake. We can only see a little bit of it, like literally 1 or 2 meters of it. It looks really nice. I wish that it wasn't as foggy so we could actually see the whole thing. But I have seen pictures of it and it looked really beautiful. Let's state some facts, let you guys know some things. This lake right here is 2,000 meters high in the mountains in central Romania. I can't believe there's a lake up here. It took us so long, like about a 2-hour drive to get up here. It's really beautiful. It's a little windy, it's a little cold, and it's a little foggy. But other than that, the drive here made it all worth it. No regrets.
So it is getting very cold and the wind is picking up, which is making it a lot colder, especially on my hands. Otherwise, and my face and my nose of course. But anyways, we're gonna go back to the car and keep driving. We're gonna drive down the other side of the mountain a little bit because I know that is also beautiful over there, and we'll kind of get out of the clouds and see some more nice landscapes, and then we'll go back and go on our hike. The place where we're staying at, the lady told us about this really nice hike that you can do on our way back, and she said it's one of the most beautiful hikes and she loves doing it, so we're gonna take her advice and we're gonna try doing that hike. But right now we're heading back to the car. We're freezing. So we have been driving down the other side of this mountain for a little while and we saw this absolutely stunning view, and we obviously pulled over to show you guys. But after this, I think we're gonna turn back around. We have a lot more very interesting things to do and show you in this video, so make sure you guys are sticking around. We're actually gonna go mushroom foraging in a little bit and show you guys some interesting mushrooms, and we're also gonna make a little campfire, or at least attempt to do it, on the other side of the mountain where we came up. And yeah, and also obviously the hike and everything, so make sure you guys stick around for that. But check this view out in a second here. These are the views that we are talking about. It is pine forest as far as the eye can see, and we're just below the clouds right now. You can see if we walk further, we'll enter the clouds again and visibility is going to go back down to 0 just like before. But this is a stunning view over here. You can see the cliffs and all of the pine forests on all the twisty roads. This is truly a dream. It is a really beautiful drive.
This road that we drove on actually closes. It gets really snowy up here. It closes officially October 31st, but if it starts snowing a lot before that, then it closes then.
I guess that'll be it for this part of the video. We are gonna go back to our car and turn around and head back the other way where we came from, and then we'll pull over somewhere really nice and we will make that little campfire so we can warm up a little bit, because we are really cold right now, and that'll be really nice, especially with the beautiful views. You can see Zay is struggling, she's extremely cold. So we're running back to the car right now. We have been driving for a while now, and we have found a spot that I think is perfect for us to pull over. We're gonna have a little lunch. We're gonna make that fire that I was talking about. You can see the scenery is still incredibly beautiful, and there's actually a river right behind Zay over there that we're gonna go down to, and that's where we're gonna make our fire, right by the water, so we can also put it out. You want to be sure that you're safe when you're doing these things and not being irresponsible, of course, whenever you're making a fire anywhere. Although it is pretty wet out here, so I don't think anything would happen, but still you have to make sure you're careful.
The giant puddle over here, careful.
Yeah. The ground is very wet.
Ooh.
Very mushy. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, oh, oh. You guys can see the river down there, but unfortunately it's really like soggy ground over here, and our shoes are getting soaked, and I think it's not a good spot for us to do this. So we're gonna keep driving a little bit and find a better spot, because my shoes and Zay's shoes are both soaked. As you're stepping in this soggy ground, it's so wet, so it's not a good idea, and it's not feeling too good right now. We're gonna head back on the road and find a better spot. It seems like we actually found a spot this time around. We already scoped it out, so we know it is a good spot. We pulled over right here on the side, and it's flat enough to walk in here. It's not wet, and we are going to be able to make our fire and eat our little lunch that we brought with us, and also warm up a little bit. Although we have been driving for maybe an hour and a half at this point, so it's definitely not as cold as it was before, but it's still kind of chilly, so we can't wait to start the fire and warm up and eat our lunch. The first thing that I'm gonna do is gather some stones, of course, so we can make like a base for the fire so it doesn't go everywhere. You can hear it's quite windy, so I don't want it to like fly away. We're gonna make a little like a fire pit, and there's some stones over there, so we'll do that first.
Fun fact for you guys, Romania has a ton of wild bears, and we saw a bunch of signs driving saying like, attention, like bears, like watch out. So being up here in the forest is making me a little nervous right now, but I think we're gonna be okay. Or at least I hope.
We decided to make our fire right over here. We just have to make the fire pit. I only grabbed these 2 stones so far, and you can see it's quite dry here, so we're being really careful. But like I said before we leave, we're gonna make sure it's all out and everything like that. And just check out all of the mushrooms that we're surrounded with. These right here are 100% poisonous, like extremely poisonous. So I would not recommend that you guys do mushroom picking if you don't know exactly what you're picking. And Zay and I also don't do it. We only pick a couple kinds that we know for sure are good to eat, and we definitely identify them and check them before we eat them, because it can be quite dangerous and even deadly. As you guys can tell, we have already gathered some rocks. We got our little food over there, and the next step is to gather some wood. There is plenty of dry wood all over the forest. You can see over here, we can just grab some branches. We did not bring any paper to light the fire with, but I found some birch bark, which should be really easy, and it's just basically like having paper, if not better. Right now we're just gonna break this wood up and start our fire right away. Right now I'm gonna attempt to light this fire, and let's see if we can do it with one attempt. I hate trying multiple times when I'm making fires, but we'll see if this works out. So far so good. I think it'll work.
Not too bad. Look at our fire. It really got going.
It's nice and hot. Only one light.
So we have some little sausages in here that we brought with us that we cooked yesterday. I'm gonna put this near the fire so they start heating up so that we can have our lunch. I'm just gonna put it right here because it's really hot. And we're just gonna let it warm up. You guys, this fire feels so nice considering how chilly it is out here. But anyways, next we're on to the bread. We're gonna open this bag, cut the bread in half. We don't have a knife. I'm just gonna kind of pinch like the sides open, and we're gonna toast it a little bit so that we can put the meat in here and make a little sandwich. Okay, so we have our onion over here that we packed up. We have our bread, which feels so nice and toasted. Ooh, it's so warm. It's so nice. Okay, we're gonna move the meat away from the fire. We're gonna put it here. Open it up. Ooh, they're nice and warm. Ooh, smoke in my eye. We're good. Okay. Meat in here. We're gonna put a little onion. You know, it's not the prettiest sandwich, but when you're in the wild and you got this that you haven't eaten for a couple hours, this looks pretty appetizing. That's good.
Now that the fire has died down pretty much fully, I'm gonna use this water bottle just to spill it all over. I'm gonna use the full thing just to make sure there's no embers left, and then we'll be on our way and we'll head towards the hike. We have just made it to the beginning of the hike, and how you know that this is the hike is that there's a whole bunch of cars that are doing the hike pulled over on the side of the road, and it starts right there. It's in a hairpin turn. We are gonna put like the name of the hike where you can find it if you're in this area and you're interested in doing it. We'll put the name of it on the screen right now so you guys can come and do it yourselves. But yeah, we were told that this is gonna be an absolutely beautiful hike. So right now we are gonna go ahead and start. Actually, it looks like we won't have to put anything on the screen because at the beginning of the hike you can actually see the name over here, and supposedly it's supposed to take around 4 to 5 hours to complete the hike. And yeah, we were told it's gorgeous and it's already starting off very beautiful, but we're most likely not gonna finish it all of it because we're already tired from driving all day, and we've did a lot of activities as you guys saw,
and freezing to death.
And of course, yes, freezing to death as well. But we're just gonna do like maybe half and then turn back, and that's actually what they suggested we do. But here it is. You do have to climb over some rocks. You can see that there's a big dam over here right in front of me. But yeah, you do have to get your shoes slightly wet on this hike, but it's nothing too bad. And there are markers along the hike. You can see this dot over here, the red dot, that indicates that we're going the right way. And yeah, I would say it's moderately challenging.
Yeah, it's
not
definitely
too bad.
not easy.
But if I can do it with a camera in my hand, then you guys can do it without. I might have spoken too soon. Let's see over here.
Just don't slip.
It is slippery as well, yes, so you have to be careful. But there are bars that you can grab onto over here, and you do have to climb. You can see Zay's already an expert at hiking, of course. We've done enough hikes for her to know exactly what to do. I did say that we would be doing some mushroom foraging in this video, and I thought that we could do that on this hike, but as you guys can see, this is more like a I don't even know, like a gorge or something. There's a whole river going through it, and there's not that many mushrooms, so I think we're gonna skip that for this video, and we'll just show you guys this beautiful hike instead. Just to give you guys an idea of the challenge levels. You do have to hop this river probably 20 times so far, and we've only been doing the hike for about 30 minutes. But it's absolutely beautiful, You can see we're right in the middle of nature and just how gorgeous everything looks. And you can see there's a lot of trees that have fallen down, probably because it got wet, the ground got all wet and there was a storm and they fell down. But it is very nice hiking this trail, I can tell you guys that much for sure. If you're into hikes, this is a beautiful hike to have.
That's it for today's video, you guys. We hope you enjoyed everything we had to show you. Please leave a comment down below if you had a favorite part. Please like the video and subscribe. We will see you guys in the next one.